How's it going, everyone? Commander Karlon here. And today, I pose a question to you, the lovely audience. Should you even be excited for the next Mass Effect? With years between installments now, much has happened. And in my humble opinion, it definitely brings this future game's quality into question. I can already hear it now. Karlon, you can't condemn a game before it even comes out. For all you know, it'll be a great game, and it'll be a return to form for BioWare, you know what I mean? Yes, and that would be great if that happened. Hell, if that's the case, I'll be the first to tell y'all. But when the facts are pointing an M8 Avenger right in your face, it's kinda hard to ignore them. And the facts are simple. BioWare and EA have had a near-decade-long amount of problems, broken releases, and scandals. Okay, EA's had decades, but go with me here. EA cannibalizing BioWare's Montreal studio, continuous predatory attempts at extra cash, BioWare failing to produce a decent game since Mass Effect 3 and the Old Republic, and do I even need to mention the horror story that is Anthem? And it definitely doesn't help that most of the creative minds behind Mass Effect are gone at this point. About the only thing to my knowledge that has worked at all during this whole time has been the Legendary Edition, and that's mainly because it really didn't change anything except for a slight uptick in graphics and just placing everything good about Mass Effect into one package. Though, points marked off for dropping one of the best assets we all know and love. The next Mass Effect also has a minefield of story issues that it has to tiptoe around when continuing the main storyline without having some major retcons. But I'll save all that for a future video. There's just too many details to cover here. Much like your average old school Star Wars fan, I have become fairly apathetic to the future of Mass Effect.
Apathy is death, worse than death, because at least a rotting corpse feeds the beasts and insects.
As long as BioWare continues this path of bad decision-making, and EA looms over them like a hungry reaper slowly eating away at what bits of creativity BioWare has left, until they're nothing more than a husk of themselves.
Join the Serpent King as remedy.
Mass Effect may never be able to capture the fandom like it once did. Hell, it may even get worse. It might even get to the point where we're wanting the bad facial animations back, just because it would be a step up.
Are you for real?
If Star Wars, and many other damaged franchises I could name, can continue to corrode and to surprise fans with how much of their context and character are chipped away and replaced with generic formulas and social messaging, then so can Mass Effect. And if they try to trim down on those Quarian hips for the sake of some social or political message, the Reaper War will be nothing compared to what I will bring down upon them. Really and truthfully, something like Mass Effect would be better in the hands of a company similar to Larian Studios. They've proven that they understand the old school BioWare gameplay and dialogue interaction that gamers look for in story-heavy games like Mass Effect. And even better, they don't have the cosmic overlord that is EA or any other corporate controller hovering over their shoulders at all times. Yet, they are allowed to be creative and make the stories that they want to make. They are more BioWare than even BioWare is. The ultimate decider for Mass Effect 4's fate will be whether or not BioWare still has the vision and creative control to make it succeed. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's perfectly fine to be a fan of something, and to even love it. But you should not let that fandom cloud your judgment, especially when you start to get so little in return for that fandom. It can just get to the point where you are just consuming a product just for the sake of consuming it, and not because you actually enjoy it. You should approach the game by pulling on the reins of your personal hype and really look at what has been shown to you by the developer, or perhaps even the things that they don't want to show you. And just wait. Wait until the game releases, and for your own personal trusted sources to review the game before you ever even consider slapping down any money. When it comes to Mass Effect, in my opinion, we all need a little cautious optimism. I love Mass Effect, but I will not let that love be abused. I will not buy the next game, or any game that doesn't look like it's worth my money. That plain and simple. So as news comes out from Mass Effect 4, I'll definitely cover it, and I will try my best to inform you so that you can manage your expectations of the game. Maybe even make a wiser decision with your wallet. Seriously though, man, I do want this game to be good. Why wouldn't I? It's just more good Mass Effect at that point. But anyway, it's now up to you, the lovely audience. What do you have to say about all this? What are your thoughts on the next Mass Effect game? What do you think it will be like? What do you think the quality will be like? More importantly, will this be a good game? Will it be a great game? Will it be a half-baked mess? Or will it just straight up be a ripoff? And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, I'll be seeing you in the captain's quarters later.
We're bang, okay?